Hey, Writerly besties, and welcome back to the Writing with Anna New podcast, where we talk about all things writing. I am very excited, and I know I say that in all of my episodes that I am very excited for this episode, but I am very excited for today because we're going to be talking about my OCs and my favorite characters I've made from my books. And yeah, these are basically my original characters, and I just kind of made a quick little list of literally my favorite, and I think these characters definitely stand out so much in comparison to my other characters. So I have a list of my five, and I'm so excited to share them with you. Again, I just want to say like how much I feel like all writers are just like in the same position as me, and that is just yeah, our original characters are just like our little tiny weeny babies, and they're so cute and adorable, and I love them so much. I just want to squeeze them and hug them. And it's an interesting relationship because sometimes I feel like they're my best friends and like people I can really like, I don't know, just like call friends, which I know that's probably like really lonely and sad of me to say. But I also kind of think of them as my little babies and like people I need to take care of, you know? I don't know, it's really, really weird. But anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and get on to the list of my favorite characters I've ever written. Okay, number one. I'm sure you guys have maybe, if you kind of been following me on my channel a lot, but you would know that my favorite character I think like I've ever created is Eamon from my project I First Met You in a Graveyard. Oh my goodness. This guy is so cute. I kind of have said this before about how I've really kind of created characters which are so opposite of me. And like, I don't know, I create characters who I want to be, like I aspire to be like, or just like characters, yeah, that are just simply opposite of me. But I think Eamon is, I love his name too, Eamon. Oh my gosh, I love him so. Sorry, I'm gonna like sidetracked. But anyways, Eamon, he's just such an intricate character. He's very soft-spoken. He's very beautiful, and yeah, he's just so quiet. He has a quiet soul, but it burns so much, and he has so much passion. Even if it's silent, it's ever more like huge and yeah, amazing. And I feel like seeing Eamon grow throughout the book, especially, and just like his culture within himself and the way that he holds himself and his outlook on life is just beautiful. And Eamon, I just love him so much. And I think the dynamic, I will be talking about some other characters and the dynamic between them, but Kaido and Eamon, they're both like love interests of each other. I think they're sort of almost opposites. Kaido is very outgoing, very passionate. Amon's a lot quieter and silent, but there's something beautiful about that silence, and I think, I don't know, it's so hard to explain if you don't know the book, but if you do know the book, I probably explained it so many times. But yeah, Eamon, just like the way he grew throughout the book and just who he is. He's so cute and silent and like I can't even explain him, but he's kind of just like what I would kind of feel like I am almost. Amen is just like a part of me and I love him so much. Okay, I gotta stop talking about this boy. I will talk about him for hours. Okay, number two. These are two characters that I really, really like. That is Keys and also Walter. They're part of my Project I, which is like an inventor story. And I think I've kind of talked about their dynamic before in the podcast, just about how fun they are and like how bantery that whole relationship is. If you didn't know, they're basically inventors and they ended up getting like called to London for like an expo about like inventors and like giving an award. So there's like an award for like the best inventor and they both end up getting like voted for it equally. So it's so funny because they have to like hold, you know, the trophy together. Keys is like the sunshine character. He's like a lot younger than Walter. Walter is the very like tall, brooding Londoner who is just he just can't take anything. And it's so funny because obviously Keys gets under his skin and it's adorable and hilarious at the same time. And I just think, I don't know, it's so wholesome and amazing. I love Keys and Walter. I think their dynamic makes the whole book chef kiss. Okay, number three. Number three is Dell. Dell, also, I don't know if you know, but I love creating names. Creating names is so fun to me. Seriously, I'm not even kidding. I like meet people. I like hear names, you know, everywhere. and I literally have a notes app with all my all my names, and when I create a new character I go back there. But Dell has always been such a pretty name that I've just always like kind of came up with. I've never heard the name Dell anywhere else. Let me know if you have, but I think Dell is the most prettiest name because it's like Belle, but Belle is so like, I don't know if you, it's not as nice as Dell, I feel. But Dell, she is from Project CZ, which a lot of you guys actually really, really like, which means so much. I actually have been reading The Lost City of Zeal, which is the project that Dell is a part of. And I miss that project so much. I've shelved it for like a while now. And just reading about Dell and just how awesome she is. And I kind of put her on this list. And the reason why she is my favorite character is because just like she's really confusing and I love it. She's so stubborn and crazy, but she also has like this amazing sort of motherly sort of calling, and like that personality mixed with her fiery like courage and like brutality and her mercy, and like yeah, she has like this weird balance where she's so stubborn and she gets what, you know, is right, but also she has so much mercy and like understanding and sympathy and empathy for like everything. And it's just like, who is this girl? Like, she is crazy. She's like everything. I don't know. Yeah, she's like the fiery red flame and also the blue calm flame. And it's just ridiculously confusing, but I love it so much. And I think that's why the other character, Avon, who's kind of like the love interest and also has a really special relationship with her, he kind of like can't really seek her out. And it's funny seeing like the two sides of her. And I think everyone has two sides. And I think Dell really portrays that idea extremely nicely. And I guess that's why Dell is one of my favorite characters. Okay. Next is Red. Red is from my project Ghost, which I am going to actually be writing about in November. Again, make sure you stay tuned for my November NaNoWriMo vlogs, which are going to come up. I'm going to literally be vlogging my whole process of writing that book, and Red is the main character. I don't know her last name. I keep forgetting her last name. It's probably something really generic. But Red, she is, oh my gosh, like she's so complicated. She has so many layers. She, like outwardly, she's kind of like an outcast. She doesn't care. She doesn't give it like a freak about anything. She's unbothered. But like little tiny small things really like tick her off. She goes berserk. And it's like interesting seeing that kind of flaw in her flawless, like sort of unbothered attitude and personality, and just seeing the specific things that gets her ticked off really gets you understanding a lot about her, and the way that she ends up opening up to some of the characters in the book, the ghosts that she meets, because she meets 4 ghost boys. And yeah, it's interesting seeing her personality change and warp and like reshape, but somehow stay the same. It's really interesting, and I don't want to explain too much because I hope to kind of explain about her in my upcoming vlogs. Okay, number 5, the last character, is actually Prince Caro, and Prince Caro is actually a part of my Project BB, which I've been working on and talking a lot about on my channel. I do have 2 audiobooks of my first 2 chapters available on my channel, so I really hope you go ahead and listen to those audiobooks. Yeah, a lot of people actually like the way I talk and read, which is really flattering. Thank you so much. But Prince Caro, kind of similar. I feel like all of these characters have 2 sides of themselves, but they also are so interesting and so uniquely different from the, you know, I don't know, they stand out really from everything. Like even Robin, the main character of Project BB, who ends up stealing the Prince Caro, I like her. I love her as a main character. She definitely does it well, but she kind of misses, I don't know, there's something about sometimes main characters being just, you can't go into too much detail. And I feel like they have to take a particular shape, and sometimes that shape I don't really like or resonate with, which is fine. Robin is amazing. I love her. She's such a strong character, but she kind of lacks stuff that I honestly find attractive in a appealing for characters that I love. Not attractive in, that sort of sense, but like attractive in the sense that I can relate to them, love them, be friends with them, and just, yeah, really appreciate them. Not that I don't appreciate Robin. I feel so bad. Robin, don't kill me. See, I literally talk about characters as if they're real people. But Prince Caro, yes, he's interesting because, again, the dynamic between her and him and Robin, sorry. Yeah, Prince Caro, he is such a soft person. He's very kind and considerate, but he also has this sort of not really snarky, more so like sarcastic, coy sort of side of him, which like it kind of goes in like it's so hard to explain. It's something that's a part of his kindness, you know? It's so weird. Like he is coy and like I don't know, he's very like it's so hard to explain. I guess I'll explain it with like a situation that happens in the book, like a scene where like Robin, who's the thief in the book, the main character, she ends up going to the ball and yeah, she actually dresses up and it's so cool. And anyways, she gets like asked to dance with the prince because the prince spots her and he like kind of recognizes her. And then that's when like the whole thing happens where like the two other characters end up kind of like sabotaging the ballroom and, chandeliers are flying down and there's like fires and that's when they run. And then it's so hard. I realized I shouldn't have explained that part because then they actually go to a room. They get pushed in by like the soldiers who are with them. And then Robin takes that chance to kind of, put like a what's it called? A headlock like around Prince Caro and like, kind of threaten him at knife's point to the guard saying, if you don't let me go with him, like steal him, I will kill him. And it's so funny because I don't know. It's so hard to explain. But yeah. Robin ends up like kind of handcuffing him, but it's not really a handcuff, but it's technically a handcuff. And they kind of go out and they're kind of trying to run away from the burning building because, again, the building is burning. And like as they're going down the staircase, Prince Caro like slips his hand into Robin's hand because they're obviously linked with the handcuffs. So Caro wouldn't, run away. And like Robin gets so flustered at that and Robin's such a stubborn character and she never gets flustered at anything. But that little thing that Caro had done, like, just like, I don't know, like, it's so cool how he can like get under her skin and he doesn't even like try. Oh, it's so perfect. And it just like makes me so happy. And just like, yeah, that simple act. And, Robin just looks at him like, what are you doing? And Caro's like, sorry, it's just more comfortable. And it's so funny because he's just so honest with it. He's honest with his like coyness and like, but he doesn't do it on purpose. But he like makes her feel that. Anyways, yeah. Thank you so much for listening into the podcast. Again, I'm so sorry I rambled on about my characters and my favorite things about them. Like, I just love them so much. And I hope you guys feel the same way about your characters. I hope you do. I'm sure you do. But anyways, yeah, definitely go check out my latest video. I do like an ultimate guide on how to really build your characters from scratch, from the ground up technically. And it's a really helpful video for you guys. So definitely go check it out. However, I hope to see you in my next episode. And as always, keep writing. Bye guys.